Welcome to this Learn session for Quick Start Corridor Modeling. In this Learn video, we're going to use the corridor tools to create a corridor along the center line of a track. Corridor modeling allows the user to create a dynamic, intelligent, and powerful 3D model of their design. The 3D model that is generated is then used to create cross-sections, generate corridor quantities, and it can be used to create a terrain model of your proposed design. A corridor is created first in 2D by assigning a horizontal and vertical alignment to the corridor, and then assigning a template to the corridor at a defined interval along the horizontal alignment. Once the template is assigned to the corridor, a 3D model is generated. A template represents the transverse geometry or typical section along the corridor. Templates are made up of points and components and stored in a template library. When a corridor is processed, the template points create 3D linear features such as the ballast shoulder, sub-ballast shoulder, cut and fill lines along the corridor, and the template components create 3D meshes along the corridor. Welcome to exercise 1 for the Corridor Modeling for Rail course. This exercise covers the introduction and getting started. We have OpenRail Designer open, and the first thing that we need to do is we need to set the workspace and the workset. We're going to use the delivered workspace and workset that you get when you install the software, and we're going to choose training examples, and we're going to choose training metric. If you're working in imperial units, then obviously you're going to choose the workset for training imperial. I'm going to choose training metric, and then I'm going to create a brand new file. So I'm going to select new file, and I'm going to browse to my dataset folder, and I'm going to give the file a name. And the name for the file we're going to give here is we're going to call it metric corridor mainline. And with any MicroStation design file, we have to attach a seed file. And the seed file we're going to use will be from the delivered workspace. And we're going to use the seed 2D metric rail design.dgn. And we're just going to open that seed file, and we're going to save the file. Once the file has been generated, there is absolutely nothing in the file, no elements, and we're going to attach two files that we need in order that we can create our corridor. The first file we need is the terrain. So we're going to go to Home. We're going to go to the Attach tools, and we're going to go to References. And on the Reference dialog, we're going to select the option to attach a reference, and we're going to pick the metric terrain existing.dgn. And I'm just going to open that file. I'm not changing any of the settings on the file, so I'm just going to go OK. And if I hit Fit View, there is the extent of the terrain model. Now the other file that I need in order that we can create the corridor is the file that contains the geometry of both the horizontal and vertical of our centerline of our track. So again, I'm going to go to the attach icon, and I'm going to pick the metric rail geometry.dgn file. Again, I'm going to open it. Again, I'm not changing any settings on the reference attachment properties, and just go OK. I can now close the reference dialog. And there are two entities that we need, the terrain model and the geometry. When we created the corridor file, we used a 2D seed file, which means that the model inside this 2D seed file will just be a 2D model. In order that we can create a 3D model, we need to set the terrain as active. I'm going to hover my cursor over the terrain boundary. I'm going to left click on it, and from the context sensitive toolbar, I'm going to select Set as Active Terrain Model. This will now generate the 3D model. Having set the terrain as active and created the 3D model, let's have a look at the 3D model in a separate view. So in the View 1 window, just right click, hold your mouse button down, go to View Control and select Two Views, Plan 3D. I am just now going to arrange those side by side. So go to View and Tile. And then in each view, hit the Fit View option. And you can see on the left-hand side, View 1 is the 2D view. On the right-hand side is View 2, which is the 3D view. And I'm just going to go and save those settings. And that concludes exercise 1.
If you found this video helpful, please give it a like. If you want to see more such series, consider subscribing to our channel. Thank you, and see you next time.